So why are they annoyed? Kilo de ton binusie, what did you say in your video that made them so upset, Adeola?
So in my video, instead of saying that they get 10 million every month for vehicle loan, I was supposed to say that they get 40 million a year for vehicle loan. So I really apologize about that.
Apologize for what, Biko? Kefin Emela apologize. Biko, Nigerians are with you. Don't apologize to anybody, Ojere. Hello, everybody. Once again, this is Fred Nwankwo coming to you from our studios in Chicago with another edition of Bold Talk on LNTV. And as usual, I like to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, depending on where you are around the world. I'm sure most of you have heard about the wastefulness of Nigeria's House of Assembly members, from their salaries to perks to allowances to ghost salaries and all that. And sometime last week or so, a very popular Nigerian blogger, Adeola Fayehun, did a report on that wastefulness. And to everybody's surprise, one of the House of Rep members really made that the most important issue in the midst of all the things going on in Nigeria that are in need of desperate address from the House. He made Adeola Fayehun his target and more or less seeking the permission of his colleagues in the House to censor people who bring those kind of news to the public. And it's on that background that I decided that it's critical that we go out and find out what really happened from Adeola Fayehun's standpoint. So in this episode, we are bringing you an interview we had with Miss Fayehun, and you're going to hear from the horse's mouth the why, the how, and the when of her report on the Senate. We're going to start out by asking Ms. Fayehun, being a seasoned person in this field, where would you like this interview to start?
Today we are starting with fundraising.
Okay, Ms. Fayehun, I understand the fundraising part. We could get to that later, but on this critical matter of the House of Rep member disputing your report on their salaries and all that, why do you think it's important to hold these people accountable?
I think sometimes our lawmakers forget that the job of the journalist is to hold them accountable. You need to start getting comfortable with being held accountable.
So from your investigation of the lawmakers, what kind of responses do you usually get when you talk to them about their salary?
Whenever a Nigerian journalist brings up the issue of how much salary and allowances our lawmakers are getting, they will just show us this document by the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission.
Okay, we're getting tired of their hogwash excuses. So what the hell is this document about?
This is the document that states how much they should be getting paid according to the law.
So fine, this document, is it authentic? How did it come about?
It was drafted in 2007. 17 years ago. They will say, oh, this is our salary.
You know they're lying. You know they padded their salaries since that document came out. So what did you find out? Nigerians want to know.
So according to the law, their salary is supposed to only be 168,000 naira a month. Their vehicle maintenance is supposed to be 126,000 naira a month. Personal assistance allowance is supposed to be 42,000 a month. Domestic staff allowance is supposed to be 126,000 a month. Entertainment 50,000. Utilities 50,000 a month. Newspaper 25,000 a month. Wardrobe allowance 42,000 a month.
Okay, they pay themselves all these other ridiculous amounts like house maintenance and other things. How much was the original basic thing they're supposed to get for all these things?
House maintenance is supposed to be 8,000 per month.
So from 8,000, which is reasonable at that time, to the crazy thing they're paying themselves now. What about this nonsense called the Constituency budget, where they're supposed to use money to do things in their constituency? Let's hear about that one.
And then their constituency development allowance is supposed to be 422,000 naira a month.
Okay, so far these are monthly. Now let's get into the yearly allowances, or the yearly robberies, if you want to call it that.
And then they have some allowances that they should be getting on the yearly basis according to the law.
Okay, Adeola, I think this is where you may have gotten in trouble, but I know you're going to straighten it out. How did the 4 million discrepancy come about?
That's one of the mistakes that I made. I said 4 million per month in my video.
Adeola, we believe you. We know what you're talking about. They're just crying. But let's get into this million parade. What are the more millions these crooks are getting? Please, Nigerians want to know.
Also, furniture is supposed to be 6 million per year, recess 200,000 naira per year, gratuity 6 million per year, and then the vehicle loan allowance is supposed to be 8 million naira per year.
Che, like our former first lady will say, there is God though, but Abiola, please, these numbers are ridiculous. It can't be real. Are you exaggerating?
Even as I'm reading it to you, I can hear some of you saying, Haba, that cannot be right. And you are right. They get way more than that. And they don't tell us, by the way, how much they actually get paid. But every now and then, it will make news.
Adeola, what do you mean by every now and then? We want facts. Tell us how it happens, Joe.
Like whenever they are trying to secretly award themselves ridiculous amount of money, somehow it would make news, and that is how we get to know how much they're actually getting paid. So to give an example, their vehicle loan.
I keep wondering about that. 160 million naira to buy cars, and then they call it vehicle loan. Are these things loan? Are they really loans?
By the way, I don't know why they call it loan, because they don't pay it back, at least according to this lawmaker.
The value of this vehicle depreciates. And at the end of 4 years, the final value, they will ask us to pay and go with the vehicle.
Okay, now, a little different interview here, but listen to this. Listen to Fayehun try to clarify this loan or no loan issue.
So if you do not want to take it home after 4 years, you leave it.
Adeola, you are the investigative reporter. Kini yo yemi. You have to explain to Nigerians what Fayehun just dug out of that guy. Can you please break it down for us, Adeola, John Todo along?
Every 4 years, they buy them brand new SUVs and they don't pay it back unless they intend on keeping it after their tenure. And even then, they will now sell it to them at a ridiculous amount, claiming that the value has depreciated.
Adeola, Biko, Todo along. Which one is depreciated amount? Naija knows sabi all those big English. Can you break it down for us, John Todo along? Please move along there.
How much did you pay for it then?
I cannot remember now. But
it was at a ridiculous price because you have used it for 4 years.
Not a ridiculous.
But at a very reduced price.
Because of the depreciation.
Shetumbo, depreciation. That's what we want to know. Ewolonje depreciation. Adeola, over to you.
So their vehicle loan allowance, according to the law, is supposed to be 8 million naira in a year. Times 4 for one tenor, it's supposed to be 32 million naira for one tenor.
Break it. Just give us the lowdown. You talk too much. Just go straight to the point, Joe.
But every 4 years, there's an outcry because of the amount they want to spend. Like October of last year, while the whole country was in pain because of the subsidy removal, the effect of the subsidy removal, at the time, the price of everything that jumped up, there was a major outcry when Nigerians found out that our lawmakers were allegedly getting 160 million naira for new vehicle loan. It happened to be at the time that we just got $1.5 billion from the World Bank.
Adeola, wait a minute. Like Igbo people will say, Esofumo Kankpo. Did you say million or billion?
billion, not million, and people were upset that were they about to use part of that money to buy themselves brand new vehicles. Anyway, so instead of 8 million a year for vehicle loan, that means 160 divided by 4, they are getting 40 million in a year on vehicle loan.
And what people you beru along 40 million a year is like $29,000 a year times 4 years of their tenure. Imagine almost $115,000. Ni luta wonyo jeun. People are hungry. And what people you beru along. So why are they annoyed? Kilo de ton binusie, what did you say in your video that made them so upset, Adeola?
So in my video, instead of saying that they get 10 million every month for vehicle loan, I was supposed to say that they get 40 million a year for vehicle loan. So I really apologize about that.
Apologize for what, Biko? Kefin Emela apologize. Biko, Nigerians are with you. Don't apologize to anybody, Ojere. Okay, please, Abiola, let's make it fast. My viewers don't like long videos. So let's go finish up this thing, Joe. They are going to like this, but you got to hurry up. Show more Nigeria now. They don't like long videos. I told you talk too much. Make this thing fast, Joe.
Also, the law says that they should be getting 5 million naira a year in constituency project funds in any of the ministries, but until recently, the rep members were entitled to 100 million a year, the senators to 200 million a year as constituency allowance, and then at the end of last year, it made news.
Okay, Adeola, let's cut through the chase. This constituency allowance then, forget all the little details. What's the minimum every one of those crooks in the Senate get as constituency allowance? Just minimum.
Although the senior senators were getting some of them 500 million, but there's no senator that gets less than 200 million a year to develop his or her constituency. They may not be paid the money directly, but that is the amount that they are entitled to use to develop their constituency.
Adeola, jokes apart, I don't want any problems with this video when I post it. Do you have any evidence to show these things you're talking about? Oh, you do? Oh, thank God. Let me see the evidence.
All of us are called people. Some senators here, so-called senior senators, got 500 million each. I am a ranking senator, I didn't get. Did I go to the press? I didn't get. Most of you got.
Okay, that's fine. You showed the evidence. So what does that mean? Oh, prove anything now. What does that mean? Let me see what you can prove with that.
So if someone is getting 200 million in a year to develop their constituency, that means the person will be getting 16 million every month for their constituency development. For those that are being paid 400 million or 500 million, they will be getting at least 32 million every month towards the development of their constituency. And I was right about that in my video. Another allowance that made news.
Adeola, you win. Don't worry, Joe. You don't need to give any more. We believe you. Even though I was playing devil's advocate to try and pull more out of you, I always believed you, Ojere, and my audience and my viewers believe what you're saying. Oh, le people, ndoshi, oh le ni gbogbo. I beg, thank you, Ojere. I rely on you. You're a good source for my program, OTM now. I tell everybody how good your show is. I hope you enjoyed that interview with Adeola Fayehun, interviewing quotes. It's a parody. Obviously, it's not a real interview, but it's my way of saying that I hear my viewers. I appreciate the viewership we've been having, and it's been growing and growing consistently. But the feedback I'm also getting is that our viewers like the show, but they like to break the monotony of the monologue that I have. And in moving forward, I'm going to be trying to bring in studio guests to talk about issues of importance to the community. And in between, when those guests are not available, I'll look for very fascinating videos like the one I just did with Adeola, and bring it in a question and answer mode, just to give you a little change of pace. In the meantime, I want to continue to say thank you to you, the viewers. We're gradually growing, and I know we could do much better. And I hope you'll give me your feedback on this particular video. In the meantime, this is Fred Nwankwo, as usual, coming to you from our studios in Chicago with another edition of Bull Talk on Island TV. And until next time, good night and God bless.
When your mazolo bio, akwa mazolo bio, Max, if you bunye go kwanu mo no fube nazo olaga ni piazugo, ulaga do ni piazugo, akwa mwilo chiyo biko rapuzo, kona bazia. Never be kitchen for I'm up on Nika. Well, you work well he catch up a bag. Eku Campune Kene Amagon so. Chukwu negaji esi nwanne m ekene ịlapụlụ ife niile na-eme wee bịa ka gosili na anyị na gị bụ nwanne wisdom ga-adị ka nye gị maịkị ka ogobanya bụ egwu isili maxi ọ bụ na-etiri egwu a malụkwa malụ n'imego m ife ọjọọ wesi gị nwanne m ife ọkụ na-echọlụ na ngeme wisdom onume ekene gị gbama iyo biko lapụ